forgot. Forgot this was running. Hey, it is Friday, September 10th, and I had a lot of fun yesterday. I was kind of working on, as you know, if you've been paying attention or following what's going on here, next week is our International Guitar Camp. And like a lot of the campers, the students that are coming to the camp, have been working all year on songs because they're about to get up on stage and play in front of some people. And so, you know, for some of them most of them don't do that very often. Even I don't do that very often anymore, except like at camp. And it's been 2 years since we've had a camp. So just yesterday it occurred to me that, we always start camp with kind of like a teacher's concert. Each of the teachers would play for maybe 20 minutes or half an hour or so. And I thought, oh man, I don't know what I have in good shape. So what those three were songs I've been playing for about 40 years. Whew. Yep. Oh man, hate to admit it, but yeah, they go back 45 years. Anyway, that I don't play very often, but I always feel like, oh man, if I get really stuck for a song, I could whip that out. But what I was working on yesterday was I was trying to review some of the tunes I've done lately, like in case people want to hear that, or this. No way am I gonna have this in good shape again. So a lot of times I take requests for stuff like, where's it going? Take requests for stuff like this, and if somebody asks me to play that, I don't think I have it in good shape. Did a lesson on it many months ago now, but anyway, but it gives me a time. I rarely take the time to do what I tell all my students to do, which is sit down and enjoy playing the guitar and run through songs that you know. Change my strings first. These things are really like, man, they're rusty. Anyway, so yeah, what else have I been brushing up? This one I got to be able to play. Okay, stop. Before I get to the hard part. That's how it's supposed to go. See, I'm rusty. Okay. So that is what I've been doing. We're really excited about camp this week. Did manage to get a song out. It's not maybe completely finished yet, but it's out. Yeah. Well, anyway, been listening to a lot of Bob Dylan stuff, and consequently put together a lesson that is up live now, but I think we just haven't really finished it on the forum announcements yet or something. But anyway, which was Girl from the North Country, and now this was a really fun thing to put together. He did it, of course, with a capo at the 3rd fret. And it's got some really cool picking in it. Very unusual kind of chord progression, but it's really fun to play. I had a student working on, actually a couple of years ago, it wasn't this one, it was the other one that is the same song, which is Boots of Spanish Leather, which is the same tune, except he's capoed at the 1st fret for that and has slightly different chord progression, but all of these were derived from his getting to know Martin Carthy in the early 60s in England, of course. And Martin Carthy was guitar player in Steel Eye Span. There were some great guitar players back in those days. Richard Thompson, of course, was in Fairport, and John Renbourn, Bert Jansch in Pentangle. Anyway, some really cool music was coming out of England back then. And it was really Martin Carthy, who resurrected or brought Scarborough Fair into the musical world. He learned it from a book that Ewan MacColl had put together in the 40s, I believe, of collected English ballads and folk songs and things. And it's a really interesting history of the song. And then, interestingly too, Paul Simon kind of learned it pretty close to the way Martin did it, and then sort of called it his own. Put a copyright on it and stuff like that. The song's been around for at least 500 years, maybe 1,000, maybe 1,200. Goes back to a kind of a supernatural tune called the Elfin Knight, where this is kind of like, again, in the English days of pre-Christianity, because they had these, supernatural songs of supernatural beings giving people impossible tasks to do to stay alive, more or less. Okay, I wander off. I'll save that story for another day, maybe. Maybe not. That might be the end of it for today. So anyway, if you're thinking about joining us this year, it's probably too late, but next year we're going to be doing the same thing up at the Green Mountain Retreat here, and I'm pretty sure we haven't signed the contract yet, but be thinking about the second week of September. Probably, I guess that would be September 12th next year, because it would be September 13th this year. Does that add up right? Yes, I think so. So I also was starting to play a lot of my old, a lot of pieces that I've written that I just don't play very often. Let's see if I can get through this one. Try it again. I should have changed the strings. They're so sticky. This is called Along the Way. I was trying to write a bossa nova kind of thing. Now that all repeats. See if I can get it right. That repeats. Nah. Now that's kind of odd. Not odd, but see, I got through that whole second part fine, and then just lost it the second time. Concentration. Pay attention. I have too much on my mind right now, and playing that song wasn't really on the agenda. But just to show you what happens when you're ill prepared. Okay, I think that's it. Probably no news next week, but we'll see. Maybe by Friday afternoon we'll be home and calm down and have a report. Otherwise, have a great week. Get some guitar playing in and some listening in. A couple of the big things I'm working on at camp this week, some of the workshops I'm doing, are one talking about blues, because a lot of people don't quite even understand 12-bar blues very well, and some ear training, being able to recognize songs that go, that just use chords 1, 4, and 5 in a key, and if you recognize that, you should be able to hear that. Oh, that's 1 to 4 to 5. And if I went in the other order, see if you can hear the difference. Oh, then it sounds like Helpless. That's 1 to 4 to 5 to 4. Okay, enough. Ear training, very important. Luckily, we have a whole course here on what's it called? It's called ear training. The first part is on melody, and the second part is on harmony, hearing chords. Check it out. Okay, back whenever.